the CXO 2.0 conference. Now, it's great to have you all with us here today as we dive into the world of business innovation and leadership. This international conference is all about bringing together smart, forward-thinking people who are ready to shake things up. Now, we've got an amazing lineup of speakers who are leaders, thinkers, and game changers who are eager to share their knowledge and inspire you all.
Ask you a quick question. First of all, good morning, and welcome to one of the greatest countries in the world. Now, my question is, did you see uncertainty there? Was that your perception? Today, me and my esteemed colleagues, who have graciously allowed me to actually join them, will be discussing VUCA, what it really means, and what it is that you can learn about mastering any environment that you're in. The other point that I'm going to make is, you may hear something that does not align with what you currently think about VUCA. To that I say, keep an open mind, new knowledge will enter.
Introduction for each one of us.
Yes.
Do you want to know us, guys?
Do you guys really want to know who we are?
Well,
No, of course.
a quick one, because again, we would like to have this as an interactive session. If you've got any questions for us, please address it to us. That would be really crazy to do, but lovely. My name is Dr. Soha. I come back from a communication background, and I currently do strategic communication with the Presidential Affairs Office on various projects.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Simon Taylor. I'm with Curve. I'm in construction, so kind of railroad, transportation, big infrastructure projects. I'm also a researcher and an author on project management theory and practice as well.
Hello, everybody. Jessica Atkinson, CEO for the Will Be Effect. Essentially, that's based off of an acronym, I will be fearless, I will be unstoppable. And it's in reference to focusing on transformation. So my background is as a triple certified project management, change management, and also the Scrum. So essentially, how do we help subject matter experts pull out their most excellent levels of leadership and alignment? So definitely a pleasure to be here.
Hi, my name is Nel Putte. I'm founder of CALMFIDENCE Academy, where we help leaders and teams develop psychological capital. How do we do that? We do that through CALMFIDENCE mindset system and also the concept of positive leadership. And both of that has its roots in positive psychology. So my background is in business administration and also positive psychology. So I'm sitting in kind of sweet spot where I could think about ideas and implement them. Okay, how do we bring positive psychology into the business?
Hi, I am Abdul Aziz Al Domegi from Riyadh, City of the Future, City of Expo 2030. Then the private part, now I am a chairman of Termiz Capital, FinTech Capital, and I work as an independent financial consultant and arbitrator.
My name is Greg Williams. I'm known as the Master Negotiator and Body Language Expert. I've written 7 books on that topic.
I'd like to address a question to Neil, since she's coming back from a positive psychology background, and I'm very intrigued with this kind of title. So in this evolving world, and those lots of changes are happening around, and people perceive that kind of change, or VUCA in a different word, the chaos that we're living in. So psychologically, the way we perceive that kind of changes and the speed of things happening around us differ from one person to the other. And some, if not the majority, are taking that negatively. How can we turn that into a positive vibe and thrive to go forward?
A very good question. Why some people will get resilient and strong through these challenges, and some kind of break through the challenges. And based on some scientific research, we say, okay, it's nature, nurture, 50-50. So there are a lot of factors, you know, of course the DNA, but also the bringing the childhood, the school and the culture and all of that. However, anyone can learn optimism, and in positive psychology there is something called PERMA-lead, positive leadership. So even though in the VUCA world, of course there will be negative things happen, you know, we cannot just say, okay, positive psychology is all just happy world and everyone is like, you know, smiling faces. No, the reality is like we have everything. The question is, how do we deal with those negative aspects, challenges, and how do we get resilient, bounce back and bounce through that? And there are tools, techniques, practices where everybody can learn that.
And oftentimes when we're under the heat and under the stress, we start to we actually condense our ability to come up with innovation. And so I definitely encourage from a management perspective to hold the weight of the dynamics of the financial need to change, right? And allow your team to maintain the ability to thrive towards their excellence.
We want to do better, and we want to work better together, and we want to, you know, mutually beneficial. We want them to win, but you might actually have a commercial relationship that doesn't allow that to happen. And so in the work that, you know, in the work that we do, it's really difficult when you go to an organization and say, look, you need to look at your governance, right? You need to look at your decision making. That thing that happened 50 years ago, that's the bedrock of all of your risk, you know, and your risk appetite, we're in a different world now. So you really do need to kind of strip it back and start to ask questions and feel free to challenge how your organizations work and why.
Thank you, Simon. We have another question.
Salam alaikum. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, panel. I was really interested to see this conversation, and being an ex-military person, I got flashbacks this morning when you were talking about where all these acronyms come from. You know, I remember living my life by acronym, and part of my military career was very much based on understanding people's body language. So I followed a guy called Alan Peace. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Alan, Greg, and very much on positive thinking. And also going through a lot of volatility in some of the work that I sort of undertook. One of the biggest problems that organisations face is embracing that change. And I was just interested in how you would suggest the strategies that we're talking about adapting here in the, you know, a VUCA sort of world, how we can implement them to ensure that they stick within corporate world.
Nell, do you want to?
Nell, would you like to take that?
Yeah, of course. So positive leadership is actually one of the tools when we come to the change in the organization. And positive leadership is based on positive psychology, but then we say, okay, the first one is of course having the common vision and picking everyone else. Like already Abdulaziz mentioned and some other people mentioned, okay, like, do we have one vision? And also about negotiation, like if we have one vision, then we'd find a way to talk. And the other one is actually communication. Obviously, how I talk to myself, we talk about internal communication, is absolutely important for leaders because there is a ripple effect and we leak our emotions all the time. In fact, if a manager has bad mood, it takes 7 minutes that this bad mood goes down the organization to his team or even colleagues. And so how this team would perform and what the profit will be in the end of the day at this organization if the manager is not at his best. So that's actually communication with myself. And then of course, how do I communicate with my team? I mean, body language, choosing words. Like I met also some people today in the morning. In the business card, there was kind of chief inspiration officer. So like, that's really cool. I mean, that's already communication. And this is how we start. Maybe starting a little bit of positive vibes here and there. And then of course, feeding this to the team. And it's contagious, right? So it's good spread. And then of course, it's maybe incremental changes, but sooner or later, it will make big change. And I'm not talking just like, okay, some theory here. There are scientific-based research, 200% increase is possible through the implementation of positive leadership. And this also been proven through universities in Austria. And if someone interested could Google that. Yeah, so there is, for example, one aspect.
Thank you for that question.
Yeah,
oh, we have another one?
definitely a great question.
Oh.
Yeah, I just wanted to add to that a little bit. You hit the nail on the head as far as communication. Speak a little tech, speak a little business. And what I would highlight, it is 100% words, right? So in our regular personal lives, we use words like problems and issues, right? And that actually triggers things for us from our childhood, from our experiences. We use problems and issues at home. So in project management, the words that we use, we say risk mitigation. And you instantly are able to sit at a large table with a lot of people. And when you say risk, it's not as triggering, right? And it allows us to say, you know, tell me what's going on. And let's find out ways to proactively get in front of that, right?
We want to pick it up on video, though. Can you pass him the mic, please?
I think I was saying I'm a person who embraces risk, understood and controlled and acceptable risk in all aspects of my life, be that as a person starting my own businesses or my current role now. So I guess you could say, in a short answer long, yes, I do like to live sort of on the uncomfortable side of things.
That's amazing, because again, that's going to take us to you don't have that fear to change. The comfort zone is a zone for people where they know everything, no challenges, they know everyone, they know the places, everything. I'm used to this area. There's no development in the comfort zone. But the moment you get out of this comfort zone based on your own choice, and we're going to come back to that, you're not going to feel that comfortability, because there is no comfort in the development zone. And as long as you're not feeling that kind of comfortability, that means that you're growing, that you're developing, that you're extending, that you're expanding your knowledge, then you're in the right path. So what I'm trying to highlight here is that the change is inevitable. And to change is hard. Not to change these days is even harder, because I'd rather to face and grow and change and thrive at my own choice, in my own space, in my own timing, with my own resources, rather than having that change forced. This is what makes VUCA, whether magnified element or just something that happened.
I know we are
Jessica,
running
real
out of time.
fast. We have 1 minute and 20 seconds left, so let's have a quick round.
Yeah, I just wanted to say one quick thing in response to that. I definitely encourage you to look at change management and the ADKAR method. When it comes to as leaders, we need to meet people where they are. It's not about our perception. So that would be what I would echo to you, is meet people where they are at their point on their journey.
Hello?
Smart people around you.
No.
I would say invest in psychological safety of your people.
There is a need for mental health in the workplace.
I'd say look for the obvious person that tends to take the energy out of the room when they talk and no one says, and try and do something about that.
Perfect. I'm repeating this again: agility and resilience. Greg, we're wrapping up with you.
And remember, you're always negotiating, because whatever you do today sets the stage for tomorrow. Time's up. Thank you all for coming today.